Hi guys, what's up everyone? I'm Gaurav. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everything is well from your side. We just started working physically from the Manhattan office, so this week has been crazy, but I'm boosted up for today's video. And as you know, in last video I mentioned how to introduce yourself. In this video, we are going to learn about how to start conversation in English when it's like a networking when you go to a networking event, or when you want to reach out to someone in DM after the introduction, how you should start the talk if you really wanted to know more about the other person, or you just in general you had to have a conversation. So in this video we are going to talk about the conversation starters, like how you should start your conversation in English, because many people, they might be struggling like, okay, I introduce myself, now what should I do that the other person is interested in my talks or will be willing to answer my question. So don't be boring, be interesting, as I mentioned in my last video. But in this video we are going to learn about how you should start your conversation after your introduction, or again if you want to start it front end. So if you want to know all those tips and tricks of English, please keep on watching. Okay, before we start, I just want to let you know that this video will be focused more on cultural aspects, because there are many non-native speakers and which comes to America, and they are really like, they don't know how to act like how to approach native people. So what happens that, as I told you in my introduction video, that if you are stuck in an elevator with someone else, you are not going to introduce yourself, hey, my name is Gaurav, I come from India, blah blah blah. That doesn't look right? That looks very formal, and that's not a conversation starter you should do. So what you should do is, number one tip would be, give them a compliment. Now how that works is, suppose you are walking on the street and you got your new pair of shoes and someone likes it. Americans here, or the people, native people who are there, if they really like it, they don't even know you, they're completely strangers, but they will walk to you and say that, oh, I like that shoes, where did you get it from? Now that's called a conversation starter. Like, suppose you are stuck in an elevator and you are with someone else, you don't even know who they are, but you want to know your neighbors, then you can just start with, oh, that's a really nice coat, where did you get it from? So that are the things which you need to focus on like trying to start the conversation in such a way that it's positive. Make sure, this is a really important point, that all the conversations that you try to do are positive and not negative. Like, your intention might not be negative. Like, suppose you see a tall person, then they'll be like, oh wow, you are so tall. So that might be a little bit negative for the person. Why? Because the person might tell that, oh, I know, I always hear that all the time. Like, that's negative for that person. But for you it was really positive, because you were amazed and you wanted to know like why, like, wow, you are so tall and it's a great thing. But in a way, the person will take it would be a little bit negative. So make sure you stay positive and you approach people. But the first way and the best way is to compliment them, and please be in a positive way. Like, suppose you like someone's clothing, you like someone's necklace, you like someone's shoes, don't be afraid to just not talk to them. Suppose you're walking on a road and you like someone's hair, then you just hey, that's a beautiful hair, which products do you use, because I wanted to improve my hairstyle, like something like that. So it's always important that you focus on the cultural context, and you also be informal while approaching to someone, and that is the best way, is to compliment and make sure it's positive. People always like their dogs or necklaces or whatever they are wearing, so those all will be the positive comments. So make sure you compliment them based on their personality or based on the what things they are wearing, because you know that that will be positive, that will be something which they are wearing would be the best thing they are wearing. So make sure you compliment them accordingly. Another tip to connect to more people is to ask them what they like the most. Like, let me put it in a form of an example. Like, suppose you go to a shop and you are new to that shop and you don't know which yogurt you want to take, and yogurt has many flavors here. What would be the ideal conversation starter if you want a store employee to tell you? Would be, he would be exhausted, he would be tired because he's working whole his shift and navigating you people, so he won't be that much happy in navigating you. But as soon as you ask him that you are confused, hey, what is your favorite one, can you tell me, or can you recommend something, then the person who is navigating you, the store employee, he would love to explain you which one is his favorite, and you can decide accordingly, because he will give you explanations, different explanation about different yogurts you want. So in that way you're engaging him in your talks, and by asking him what they like the most. Now here is the thing, there are two things which people like the most: talk about themselves and to give advice. So this both of the things you asked in that question, like what do you like the most. So in that they will love to talk about themselves, plus they will give you a free advice which you asked for. So this is the best way to approach and connect to people for the first time, or to start a conversation. Because if the store employee is tired, exhausted, and he's not willing to help, but if you ask more information about what they like and what they would prefer, then it's the best way to go. Always remember, people love to talk about themselves and they always are willing to give you advice. These 2 points, if you do it in a correct form and you start a conversation, you will be getting great answers. It will be going both the ways. You will be taking his advice, you will be getting your thing, your advice, and you will be like amazed that okay, this is what I wanted. And the other thing is, the other person will be talking about themselves, giving advice, so he's also satisfied. So he might end up helping you carry the bags or whatever it might be. So make sure that you start your conversation accordingly. It is also important not only to ask questions but to listen to person who is talking to you. Make sure you are making eye contact, you are not on your phone, because if you are on phone and not listening to him, or not giving any emotional signs like nodding your head or saying oh wow, I didn't know that, or something like that, and if you're just on your phone, the person will figure out that you are not interested in what they are saying, and they won't be willing to help you or give you advice. It's really important that when you talk to other person, you look into their eyes, you communicate with them, you give some response by nodding your head, or by saying that wow, that's amazing, or something like that, because that ensures the other person that you are listening, you respect what he's saying, and you are not just disrespecting by using your phone. That's really important, and that you should always keep in mind, that always engage into the conversation. It's not only about you, but also to listen to other people. It's not only about you asking a question and getting answered and getting out of the way, but also making sure that you listen to the other person. Another elevator tip, or maybe a tip for a closed room, like suppose you are sitting in a closed room with a bunch of people and you don't know what to do, then make a statement which is obvious. Like that can be about the temperature or the weather outside. Like suppose, for an example, you are sitting in doctor's office and there are a bunch of people, the strangers, who are just sitting silently and you're waiting from half an hour. So just make a statement like, wow, it is so cold today, it doesn't feel like New York, it feels like upstate New York, or it feels like Michigan or Ohio. So that are the conversation starters you can do. But of course you have to make sure that the other person are not on their phone and they are like inattentive. If they are just sitting idle and they have nothing to do, then get that opportunity and start a conversation. You never know, your time will pass and you will make an obvious statement, but you will be able to talk to people and you will be able to figure out like, okay, this is the way I want to go, and your time will pass quickly. So make sure you start by making an obvious statement. Also using tag questions helps a lot with conversation. Like suppose you look at a person and they have a great physique, then of course you know that they might be going to gym, that's why they have that body, they have that amazing shape. But just by using a tag question, you are reconfirming and you are starting a conversation with that person, asking them, wow, you look in a great shape, do you work out, do you go to gym, how often? Like, you know that that person goes to gym because of that amazing body, but also you are tagging that question, you are reconfirming it and starting a conversation at the same time by asking that question, so that that person, again, the same thing, they will love to talk about themselves, they will love to give advice on how to improve your body. So it's really important that you tag the questions. That's another amazing way to start a conversation. And people don't usually use the tag questions, but that's a great conversation starter as well. Even if you're walking on the street or you're in the elevator, just make sure to start your conversation like that. And 100% guarantee the person, if you are a positive, if you're giving a positive feedback or a positive conversation, they will not be offended and you will be good to go, because your compliments are being positive and they are not being taken as negative. So make sure you follow this tip as well and you ask the tag questions. Okay guys, so your task for this video is comment below that what would you like to see in the next video, what topic or what information or what tip you would like me to make a video on, and I will do that. And follow me on Instagram if you want to get daily English tips, or if you want to get some information, you have any questions, comment below or reach out to me on Instagram and I'll get back to you whenever it's possible, because the schedule is getting busy, but I will get that time and reply to you specifically. So I hope you like this video, you got some information, you know how exactly to start a conversation now, and make sure you follow the tips and you will be good to go. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.